You pitch it down the hall. Smoke goes off, starts to disperse.
As soon as it like disperses enough, like two's just booking it.
Boy, chummers, before we get started, if you enjoy our content, do us a favor and give it a like if you're on YouTube, or rate the episode if you're listening on your favorite audio platform. Those interactions do go a long way with helping us get out this content to other like-minded Shadowrun individuals. We are also trying to hit our goal of 1,000 subscribers on YouTube this season, and we can't do it without your help. With that out of the way, last time on Stuck in the Arcology, we were still stuck in the Arcology, but our intrepid group of security individuals have made their way towards the hospital and hopefully their high value target that they're supposed to retrieve. Will they get them? Who knows? I guess we'll find out this episode. Definitely going to have to pay attention, but you should take a look at last episode just so you're caught up with all of the horrible inner workings of the arcology. But before we get started into all of the house of fun, a quick word from our sponsor.
Yo, Shadowpunks, here's a shadow fact for you.
Berlin. It's a bug, not a feature. Not a feature.
We are a German actual play Shadowrun podcast.
Hoi Oma, willkommen in Berlin, willkommen im Status F. Ein Shadowrun 6 Actual Play Podcast.
Yeah, that's right. A fucking German actual play. Our podcast is edited fast-paced, we get super high production value, and the sound design is top-notch. In our AP, we focus on character development and immersive storytelling. Oh, come on, ChatGPT, that is so fucking generic. Absolutely bullshit, nothing saying. You need to highlight the things that set us apart from other actual plays. Like that we are very focused on the rules. Because we play in Germany, and in Germany you play by the rules. Also, fun fact, we only use military march music for the score. Yeah, okay, that's a total lie. But anyhow, slot your Saxonian lingo soft and give us a listen everywhere where you find podcasts. And now back to the show.
So you guys were making your way to the hospital with your resistance buddies. Mm-hmm. You got to go through that lovely room where everybody was plugged in.
The residential suite. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Saw the people, and then you were stung, right? And
still decided that elevators were bad, even when given a carte blanche opportunity.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Hey, I'm just trying to afford you all of the opportunities that you could possibly want while inside this amazing structure.
Yeah, and we established on episode 1 that taking an elevator, not one of those opportunities. Still holds true, turns out.
But
Still
we have
don't
a
want to
key
take
card.
elevators. We sure do. We sure do.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So you guys are at least on the same level as the hospital structure now. Coming out with the resistance to at least get a little bit of sight from it. You can see that a lot of residential area has actually been cleared away around the hospital, making a nice open block area around it where there is basically just street or sidewalk, whatever you want to discern it as. There is a short wall that has been built up around the large hospital structure. It is about 11 feet high. It has it's of solid material. It's not chain link or anything like that. It does have those strange looking ridges on the corners that you've seen in other places that have signified stronger reinforcement into the structure. And at at the two front corners, there are two like guard houses that look out over the wall.
Can I tell if the guardhouses are manned?
They are indeed. It looks like there's at least 2 red samurai in each guard tower. There are also a fair amount of security cameras that look like they have been placed up around the hospital, as well as hanging off the guard tower, looking in all directions from underneath.
High ordnance, crew served weapons, anything like that?
Looks like they're just carrying assault rifles. From what you can see in the guard tower, you can't tell if they have any heavier ordnance or if they have any kind of drone support. Doesn't look like it. Looks like they're just there by themselves.
Okay, is there any sign of another way around or anything like that?
There is that fabled back entrance that the resistance have mentioned. You'd have to go around, make your way around the area to the backside of the building. And supposedly there's a way in that way through either an old loading dock or there might actually be a back entrance to the hospital. They're not entirely sure. It's kind of vague. They just said that if you do go that way, you have to run.
Okay, well, I'll relay all this information to Lanier and let him know what we're working with right now.
Okay.
In the surrounding area from where we enter, are there still residential areas up? Is it just like there's the directly around the hospital is what's cleared out, but the rest of the residential is still clean?
Yes.
Okay. When we get in, after we get in the shot for Red 6, I'm going to suggest that we duck into one of the residentials to talk about how we should infiltrate and also to check Red 6 and see if we can figure out what's going on and why they were having such a terrible reaction to whatever happened.
Yeah, you can duck into a residential building and find an unused apartment.
Okay.
Still fully furnished.
Red 1, could you hook up Red 6 into the medkit and try to get a scan to see if we could figure out what's going on?
Yep, will do.
Okay. As for Red 3, the intel seems good. I was wondering, do you think that it might be worth it to try a front approach with the hostage like we did to get in here in the first place? Or because I have a feeling that they're probably going to have a stricter regulation of trying to get somebody into the actual building. So I don't know if playing decoy hostage is necessarily going to be the smartest route to try to get in through the front entrance.
I think you're probably right. We don't really know. I know that the resistance was saying that they have some kind of back entrance that was the original plan. That's the information that we have. Ultimately, it's your call.
Quick question to Easy. Were we supposed to be meeting the resistance for the meetup on this floor, or was it on a different floor?
Nope. They said that they're going to run a raid on the hospital at a certain time. You have that time frame to figure out what you want to do.
How long from now is when that's supposed to happen?
You have about 6 hours.
Okay. I mean, do we want to wait and use the raid as a cover to get into the building in the first place? Because that might not necessarily be a bad idea if we have other bigger priority for them to take a look at. We might be able to make it to the back and sneak in undetected if they're dealing with the raid.
We could do either of those things. I mean, it's your show. You know, we're here to keep you alive so that you can complete this mission. You know, ultimately, you've got to make these decisions because they put you in charge for a reason. And whatever your orders are, we're going to follow them.
As for what I think we should do, if we know that the resistance is going to be coming within the next 6 hours, I think that our best course of action would probably be to try to quietly and secretively make our way to the back of the hospital. Put 2 people on outwatch. As soon as we know that the raid is starting, regardless of what position it's starting from, we use the cover to get into the hospital to try to scan and look for information. If we're also waiting because we have time to be able to do this, we give Red 6 more time to rest and recuperate, give Red 1 the time he needs to do a scan to try to figure out what we're dealing with here and see what we can do to help them.
On that note, Red 1, roll your biotech skill and then add 4 dice from your medkit. The readout that you're going to get back from doing the analyzer with the medkit is it's some kind of advanced poison that is reactive with nanobots. There are nanobots in it.
Well, that's fun. Is there anything the medkit or I can do to attempt to heal her?
No, it's all internal.
All right.
If you get into the hospital, if you get her into a specialized surgery suite, you might be able to help.
Look back towards the group. Okay, well, with that done and our plan established, it's there's nothing I could do for 6. It's some poison that is activated by nanobots. So she has a bunch of little robots in her, and there is literally nothing I could do. Maybe if we get inside the hospital, but I'm not really knowledgeable in nanobots, I'll be honest with you. So we gave her the antidote. All we can hope is that it works, I guess. But that's all I can do here.
Are nanobots like something that have been heard of before? Or is this like a first?
The only thing that you are aware of that they're used for is in some medical procedures, and even then you have to pay like so much new yen for the procedure. They're not supposed to be able to, well, they could be programmed to destroy tissue, but there's never been anything heard of where people have been injected with nanobots remotely. Like, usually you have to be in a hospital and they have to be piped through you type deal, not just from a little sting and then you're almost dying.
One, have you sustained any head injuries since we've been here?
No,
Just checking.
I don't think I have. I'm pretty sure I haven't hurt my head.
Head's been clear.
All right, look, sounds like we have a decent plan. Boss, do you want us to kind of scope out and see if we can't establish what route we're going to take, if we're going to wait until the diversion occurs? We can go out and do a little recon in the meantime while you guys sit back here and babysit our sick friend.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. If you want, we could do me, you, and 7 go out to check, and we'll leave 1 and 2 here with 6 to keep an eye on her to make sure that things stay calm. Keep comms open so we can talk to each other.
I'd prefer if you stayed back. You're too important to this, personally. But if you want to go, it's your call.
If you guys are going to be in danger, I'm right there with you. So let's go check it out.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Have fun.
What are you guys planning on doing? Recon to where?
I was basically thinking what we would do is just sort of like a discreetly kind of, since we're all in armor, just make our way up the street like we're just a patrol, and sort of like scan the area, jot down, notes on number of forces, if there's any like drones coming in and out, and then what direction we need to go in order to get to the back of the hospital. Does our guide have a name? Did we ever establish that he has a name or not?
That's a good question. I don't
is
think
he like
we ever
NPC
asked.
14 or something? Like,
Resistance Soldier 12, I believe is
guys-
his name.
You guys never asked.
what's his name?
Jerry.
Jerry. It's
All
always a
right.
Jerry. I have a side question. Easy.
Yes.
Are the name tags on the Red Samurai armor, are they detachable or are they like embedded into the armor suit?
Oh, the ID tags that you
Yeah,
have?
like that. Yeah, like where
No,
it says like red 1, red 2.
you can take them off.
Okay. Before we go out to do the mock patrol, I'm gonna take mine and swap it with red 4s. So mine will say red 4 instead.
Okay.
Because I feel like if I have a named ID that might be
Suspicious.
little less inconspicuous, yeah, for us to just be walking around.
All right, you
Outside of the
guys.
fact that I have armor that looks completely different from everybody else's, but that's not the point.
Are you guys walking with Jerry? Like, are you taking him with you, or for the
No,
recon,
no.
or is it just
No,
a...
yeah, I
No.
think we leave Jerry
Okay.
back at the residence.
I was just going to
Just
ask
asking.
him, where are we supposed to go? Like, what am I on the lookout for
Hmm.
in terms of how to get to the back? Because he clearly knows.
Yeah, he knows how to get there. It's gonna be through a partially destroyed apartment building.
Was there any mention from the resistance about when the raid is going to take place? Are they planning to rush it from the front, from the back, and from that back entrance?
You weren't given that information. He doesn't know.
Okay, fair enough.
All he knows is that it's gonna happen, and do with it what you will.
Gotcha.
He's just supposed to get you here, which is what he feels like he has accomplished.
I mean, does Jerry, do you want to leave or do you want to stay with us? Like, if you got us here, which is what you were supposed to do. So, like, if you want to take off to get back with the rest of the resistance, like, we won't hold you here. But if you want to stick around with us, you're more than welcome to.
You guys seem real nice and all, but if you really don't need me for anything else, I definitely have other places that I could disappear to.
Is there like any like, since we're all dressed up as Red Samurai, and it seems like there's a bunch of Red Samurai also that are already working with the bandit and everything in here, is there any kind of like catchphrase or password for the resistance that we can tell them to make sure that they don't try to attack us if we show up, during the raid, to let them know that like could we be like, hey, Jerry said we're cool, or like something like that,
Take the armor off your arms.
That's fair, but that's also, it's the armor, it's pretty helpful in these
Look, man,
scenarios,
you
but
want the
that's
easiest way. That's how it is.
that's fair. That's fair. All right. Well, we appreciate what you did, Jerry, but keep yourself safe out there and look out for the bees, apparently.
Yeah, I know. He's gonna just hang out with the rest of the group that's kind of hanging back while you three go out. And by the time you get back, he'll probably be gone. So Red 7-3 and Red Leader walking down Main Street. How close do you want to get?
I think we just stick to the other side of the street
Yeah.
and just sort of like pass by. Basically, just keeping our eyes out for wherever this apartment building is.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be basically cutting down Main Street towards the front, and then as soon as we get to where like the DMZ area would kind of be, we're just gonna skirt the sides that are still around the residential and see if we can get closer to the backside of the building to see if we can look for where this dilapidated structure that's supposed to be the shortcut into it is going to be.
7 is very obviously disturbed, a little twitchy, kind of sweaty, and muttering to himself.
Sure. You guys are walking around out in the open. No one seems to pay you any mind. You kind of by yourselves, skirting the area. The guards in the tower don't seem to give you a second glance.
I gotta say, it's pretty convenient that they're not looking for red samurais. Otherwise, I feel like this would be a lot messier of an op, you guys. I feel like it's going pretty all right.
By the time you guys get to the side where you'd be able to turn down and go down in between the buildings, you can see another small group of red samurai is actually getting close to the hospital, and they're marching a group of ragtag individuals into the hospital, and that they're literally wearing like rags.
Do we recognize any of them?
No, you never seen them before.
Do I recognize anyone, having been here a little longer?
No.
None of the faces stand out as Murata Goro.
No, none of
Okay.
them. None of them pop.
Okay, it's an unfortunate turn of events, but I don't think we blow our cover for the sake of trying to necessarily rescue some poor unfortunate souls, as it were.
Okay.
So we'll just continue on the route.
All right. You can
Wait, question. Can we try to watch like from a distance to see, are they just going to the front of the hospital to go in through the front, or
Yeah.
is there? Oh, okay. All right, never mind.
they're marching
I was-
right through the front.
I was thinking if there was like if they had like some type of side entrance that they were going, or some other way in again. But if they're just going through the front, then yeah, we'll just walk past.
Can we kind of observe the procedure as they go through the front?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks like they just walk up. They stand for a few seconds in front of the open entryway. Like the entryway just looks like it's wide open, but they get there, they stand there for just a few seconds, which seems odd, and then they start to proceed through.
Okay, I'll get on the radio. Like, clearly there's something going on with that. Well, I don't think we're getting in through the front anyway, even if we wanted to.
Yeah, it seems like maybe some type of field or something that they have up that they're waiting for it to deactivate before they can walk through. So
Security scanner or something. There's something there that we're not seeing.
all right.
Maybe grab one and see what's different about their armor. Maybe it's like some sort of tag or identifier or locator beacon.
Even if it is that, we'd have to get 6 of them to be able to get all of us into the compound through the front, and I still think we scout out to see if we can find this entrance in the back, and that's going to be our safer way in.
I'm going to construe that as an order and stealth off towards the back.
Okay, you guys can make it down this narrow alleyway. Go ahead and roll perception while you do. Highest result, please. Red 7. As you're making your way down the alleyway, there's a little bit of loose rubble slip, and at the top of one of the apartment buildings, you can just barely make out what you think were maybe a couple tendrils pull back up onto the top of the building.
Have I seen these tendrils before?
Yes, you've definitely seen these tendrils before. They've, in fact, taken out most of your squad.
I'm going to the comm links we have. Are they subvocal or just like regular comm link?
They're your own inter comm link to everybody.
Yeah, it's just like network. It's a private network between our helmets.
Yeah.
All right, everyone stop. Stop where you are. Take cover. There's tentacles.
What does that even mean?
Oh, you're about to find out.
Do we need to get the rest of the squad over here?
There's probably not time. I don't think they saw me, but they might have.
Maybe we should head back and get the rest of the squad here for this and post up somewhere a little closer to this entrance. What do you think, boss?
Sounds like a good plan.
You're about halfway. You are about halfway down the alleyway at this point.
I think that's still a good call. The more of us that we have, the easier it'll be in case something does come after us.
You never asked why it was just me and 6. You're about to find out.
I assumed something terrible happened because we haven't run into any fun stuff here, so I assumed that everybody else in your squad didn't just get on the party bus and leave the arcology. Unfortunately. So we'll make our way back to the residential that we left everybody else at.
While you guys are waiting there, are you doing anything in particular?
making sure 6 doesn't die.
As best you can tell from the medical work that you have done, 6 is stabilized.
I have a question.
Yes.
I've never played an adept before. I have this pain resist 3 thing. How's that work? Would it kill me if I tried to cast it right
No, but it'll help you ignore the modifier that you're working with right now.
I would like to try and do that.
Guess what? You don't have to.
I don't have to?
No, atoms don't work like that. You don't cast. They just.
Oh, it just
You
does
just-
it.
Just
do.
does it.
They
Yeah.
just
I want to
do.
do that.
They just do.
Yeah. So
See,
you
I've never
can
played-
you can ignore the modifiers that you're working with right now.
Have they made it back to where we
Uh,
are?
They'll be on their way back. You 3 will also have noticed the group that went in straight through the front of the hospital as well, and how they stood still for a minute and then went forward.
We're definitely not getting in that way.
Nope.
The back door might not be any different, if there even is a back door, which I'm not convinced of.
Probably not. We have grenades. We could try to blow open a wall.
You've never seen it, so that's also true. You could try to blow open a wall.
But we'll see.
Although remember the last time you investigated the building material, it had those weird ridges on it and
Right.
indicated that was stronger than your average construction material.
Well,
Yeah, but we have a
I
laser
got a
arm?
laser arm. Yeah. Hey, we haven't tried that.
You
Try
have
it now.
that. No.
Laser arm it out.
So you 3 will make it back to your original hideout that you were brought to across the street from the hospital. Again, out in the open. Nobody pays you any mind.
Yeah, so we made it about halfway and noticed some tentacles that seemed to be coming over a building as though scanning or maybe searching for something that seemed like a dangerous way to continue. So we figured we'd come back and get the rest of the group so we could start moving towards the back together because at least for the first half, didn't run into any issues. Free and clear, so it shouldn't be too bad. 7, Red 7, you said that you recognized the tentacles and had seen them before. Could you give us a little more info on that?
Those tentacles are why it's just me and 6. We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die.
What do you want to live forever?
No. I
Nobody
would like
lives
to-
forever.
I would like to see what the next iteration is, but yeah, no, we're probably all gonna die.
What are the tentacles attached to? What's on the other side of those tentacles?
Drones. Very special drones. You're gonna love them.
Drones
They
that do
are
what?
delightful. Well, so far they've turned our friends inside out.
Oh, that's fun.
It's not how they're supposed to be, but that's
Like
fair.
from the Drek hole first, just inside out.
You doing all right over there, 6?
Normal plan of action when we've run into those is to keep running the other direction. We found no method of defeating them successful.
I have a feeling that this is probably why the Resistance told us that if we wanted to go for the back entrance, that it was going to be a run to get to it type scenario.
Fun.
So, that being the case, 6, how are you feeling physical wise?
I'm fine.
Okay, that's good to hear. So, try to get to where we were, scan out for him, and if we see him, just make a break for the backside of the hospital, or
I think we wait for this distraction if indeed it's incoming. I mean, we're supposed to have what, 5 hours now? So posting up someplace closer so we can sprint for it, probably a good idea. If you want to hang out here, it's,
well, we could try to just at least go back to where we got to and duck into somewhere there, because if we're there already, we're halfway to the back of the building. then
Yeah,
we
that's
could
just
just try
what
to
I'm-
make the sprint for it there.
That's what I'm saying, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, but if you want to hang out here and let 6 continue to rest, it's totally up to you. You know, all I know is that I think I'm going with this, and I'm going to pull out my 1 magazine of armor piercing ammo and put it into my rifle.
Oh, there's no point in me resting. I'm not getting any better.
All right. Well, I think that we move forward to a closer position then, and then as soon as we spot where we're getting close to the drones, we'll find a safe place to tuck in, then just keep an eye out and wait for the resistance to give us our window. Red 2, how's that sound to you?
Yes.
Fantastic. That's what I like to hear.
All right, so you guys will make your way back to where you were in the alleyway. Again, no problems. Nobody comes up to you. Nobody seems to bother you. Guards don't even look in your direction. And you're just gonna wait in the alleyway, looking up.
Well, no, so once we get to this, we'll try to look for a building or somewhere like another like residential building that we can duck into, so that way we can wait there.
So you'll come across a few doors, but they will not open.
What type of lock system does it have?
It looks like it has a regular maglock pass, but they're not locked. Like if you try to open them, they don't open.
So the doors are unlocked. The doors just are. It seems like they're
either
barricaded
jammed,
or
yeah.
blocked on the other side.
Do you want me to
Yes.
strength it, sir? Like just try and barrel through, knock it out of the way?
Could we do it stealthily? Or because I feel like that's gonna make a lot of noise that might pull a lot of attention to us. On any of these residential buildings, are there like other openings into the building other than just the front door, like ground floor windows or back entrances or anything like that?
A lot of the windows look like they've actually been boarded up.
Okay, so that's not going to be helpful either. Any type of back entrance scenario or anything like that?
And nothing that you can see other than these stuck or barricaded doors all the way around until you get more towards the back, and then you can see that there are actually 2 partially destroyed apartment buildings that kind of cross each other like an X and go into what would be the back of the hospital area.
So that's allegedly where the secret entrances that we're looking for are those destroyed apartments.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with where we are now, have we seen any sign of the tentacles again yet?
Nope. Even with looking up, haven't seen them.
Oh, great. 7 seems completely insane. I love this.
So we can either push through and try to get to the complex that we need to go to, or we can try to brute force our way into one of the residentials here and hope that we don't attract any attention with the noise that we make. Actually, second thought, Red 1.
Yep.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and laser this door for us, soldier.
All right. I'll get my laser arm prepared. And
I'll try to just stand in front, like nothing's happening.
We'll make like a wall of bodies around. Yeah, we'll make like a arcing wall of bodies around, like just casually standing.
Yeah.
So that way people can't see behind us.
And I'll turn it on and start lasering the door. Yeah.
Are you okay?
What do I roll for laser?
You're not under stress or anything, so I'm not gonna make you roll anything. You're just taking your time lasering the door open. It takes a couple hours.
All right, so if this is taking a couple of hours,
Yes.
like after a couple of minutes, I think probably I'll be like, what is going on, guys? We have our asses hanging out in the wind here.
It's melting the door audibly as well.
We
Hyper
probably
focused. Hyper focused on the where the drone tentacles were supposed to be, because I'm worried about the noise.
Yeah, maybe just standing out here to spend all this time doing this is not the best idea.
It definitely puts out a lot of heat for anybody that sees in thermographic. And it's not super loud, but it is making just plop noises every once in a while.
Like constant, repetitive noises.
Like smoke and stuff too. Yeah.
No, actually, no smoke.
Can we see like what was there like a barricade or something on the backside of the door that's keeping it closed? Can we see in to see why the door wasn't opening?
Yeah, you can. It looks like you're bisecting some kind of construct. It's it's something weird. Like it's part coated in a gel, and then there's electronic parts on the inside of it. And you're cutting through it, and that's what's making kind of like the pop and plop noises.
Yeah, I really don't like this. I don't think we should stay here. I think we should abandon this plan and maybe just move towards the objective, even though it's premature.
Yeah, it's very hot as well, like thermographic vision wise.
I see. Well, why don't we do that? And on the way out, Red 7, do you want to go ahead and give a hearty bash on the door here to break it open, and then we'll just take off, and if anybody's going to come to inspect it, they'll look into this and we'll be gone. Diversionary tactics?
I will absolutely do that because I am a samurai through and through. 3, best wishes. We're all going to die. And I'll get ready to smash into the door as you guys run away.
I just need the barrier rating. Hang on a second. Roll me a strength test. You'll crash through the partially melted door. There's a loud crash as 7 barrels through it.
Oh, cackling the entire time. This is all just become completely insane.
You land in a hallway. What are the rest of you doing?
Waiting for 7 to come back out and then cheesing it before the 5-0 gets here.
So 7, you can stand up. It doesn't look like anybody comes to investigate you barreling through this back door. There's a bunch of other debris and like dressers and things like that, or boxes that are full of personal items that you kind of crash through on your way through the door. You land in this hallway. Some of them go scattering. It makes a loud thud in the hallway. You guys can kind of hear it echo around in the alleyway as well.
I'm going to comm link to 3. Go now.
He's telling us to go.
I'm gonna peek my head around the corner because we're just standing outside the door. Hey, come on. You're coming with us, you idiot.
Oh, I know. I'm ninja vanish. Stealth. Just fucking frag and hide behind some debris.
I'll look back towards
him piling boxes around himself.
Okay, I guess he's hiding in the room.
And then everybody else is booking it down towards the destroyed apartment buildings?
Yep.
Yes, but over the microphone to 7, I'm saying you frag and get your butt out here right now.
Yeah, I'm saying the same thing. Like, 7, get over here. I need you on fire support.
Do you stay hidden or do you...
You're the only other gun that we have.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm coming out now. I was going to go up to the roof and fire down, but I'll come out and die with the rest of you. That's fine.
A red samurai that is partially in boxes comes thundering down the alleyway to catch up with you guys.
Please tell me he's doing the Metal Gear. Yeah.
So you guys can make it to the destroyed buildings. You have about 3 hours ish until the festivities are supposed to kick off.
Hey Matt, I'd like to do a real quick, if I may. I want to turn on my thermal, and I want to just look at us. In general, how aggressive are our heat signatures?
Not any more than your average humans.
Any other person? Okay. I thought that might be the case. I just wanted to check because I wasn't sure. I also want to do a quick sweep looking through the building tops. Do I see any appendage like heat signatures or anything poking through?
No, but at some corners of the building there are large heat blooms.
Like what would be inside the building on the corner, or like near
No.
the rooftop of the
No,
corner?
like on literally structurally on the corner of the building, there's a large heat bloom. And if you focus in on it, there are little blips that dance all around it.
Ah, so we found the hives. Fantastic. Are there any of them on the ruined building structures that we're about to go into right now?
It doesn't look like they're on the ruins, no.
Okay. Well, we will then proceed into the ruins.
Sure. Are you going to continue to look through your thermographic?
For the time being, yes, because
Okay.
I'm just kind of following the rest of the group. So being able to see my straight surroundings doesn't seem as helpful as reading for heat signatures right now.
So the part that's probably going to stand out the most is once you get inside the ruined building, it's not like a regular apartment complex.
Mhm.
It immediately is just one circular hallway that kind of is sloped down a little bit. And then at the end of it, there is a doorway. It's just that on either side of this long hallway, there are patches of those heat blooms and thousands of those little blips going back and forth.
So instead of the laser hallway, you've given us the bee hallway, I see.
I have indeed.
Okay, fantastic. Well, that's unfortunate.
3 hours to make up your mind.
Uh-huh.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are the micro flares actually flammable, or are they like crack a glow stick and throw it?
They're little glow sticks about this big.
I do have grenades though, so I
Well,
mean, just
guys,
saying.
I'm out of ideas. I don't have grenades. You have grenades.
I have like a lot of grenades.
Grenades are also loud.
You have a launcher of grenades as well.
Yeah, grenades are loud. That is true.
Grenades are loud.
Hypothetically, assuming that these are actual bees and not little robot bees, I have smoke grenades. Smoke knocks out bees. We could try smoke grenades.
You're not
less
wrong.
loud.
I was also debating the potential of the smoke grenade only because if these things see in thermographic, we might be able to hide the heat signatures by passing through the smoke in order to try to get to the door to get in. So the bigger issue is going to be what's going to happen once we get to the door and how easy is it going to be for us to get into that door. Because the smoke
are they
grenades...
IR smokes? Are they infrared smokes easy?
You have one infrared smoke and the other are regular.
Well, that's definitely the way to go then. I
the
think
IR
that
smoke, yes. The
Yeah.
other ones, no.
Yeah, I think that just smoke in the hallway and then trying to bull rush that door, full speed, just
it's a doorway. There is no door.
okay. Well, we don't have to worry about that then.
Just an open doorway. It's just at the end of this hallway. It's about 25 yards.
One, do you have anything flammable?
Nah, I think technically this laser beam is kind of flammable. Not really. I have explosive rounds.
All right, give me some.
I don't have a mag.
What for?
Why?
Yeah, what's the intention of the flammability here?
Sir, with your permission, we're gonna IR smoke grenade, run through the doorway. Those things are going to follow us. And then we'll all end up like 6. I'll bring up the rear. I'll yeet that behind me and let one detonate it and confuse the whatever those are. Shoot it with a laser, one.
Why don't you just drop a grenade?
Because I don't have any. You have all the grenades.
Yeah, so why don't you just take a grenade?
Guys, real quick, sidebar here. Wouldn't this all just be easier if we could maybe see if we could make some type of Molotov or something that we could just chuck On
That
the
was
way
actually
through?
what I was going for, sir. But he doesn't have anything flammable except explosive ammunition. That was my.
I don't know if
plan.
we're gonna find alcohol down here.
Look, I think the best way to go about this is smoke the hallway. We all run through. At the end of it, one pops an HE down the hallway for good measure, and we book it into the door as fast as we possibly can. Because the bees aren't the only problem out here as I scan the rooftops.
That's very fair. Just as a hypothetical, because I'm interested. What if with the IR grenade when we popped it, what if we popped it and then just held it and ran it with us as a group instead of dispersing, like throwing it? Because if we throw it, it's going to cover out to a certain area, but if we carry the grenade with us, then it's going to cover us and leave the trail as we're going. So wouldn't it be easier if we just popped it, grouped together, and then all ran under the cover of the grenade, and then we can drop it right at the doorway as soon as we get through, and that'll give us then that will smoke screen the doorway. So hypothetically, nothing should follow us. Still follow the plan of potentially grenade behind us in order to keep them distracted. But again, if we have an IR smoke screen set up in the doorway after we go through it, the bees shouldn't follow us anyway. So I don't know that the grenade is going to necessarily be necessary. And also, then we don't have a large explosion coming from the only entrance that we're coming into, so things aren't going to come at us from a front perspective that we're going to have to engage with.
I mean, whatever you want to do. I will tell you that that's not really the way that the smoke works. If you've never used one before, you throw it and wait, and it makes a big cloud, and that's your cover. If you run with it, it's just going to make a little trail, and it's not going to cover anyone. But if you want us to run with the smoke, we'll run with the smoke.
How many of them do we have? Just two?
Oh wait, no, I don't have any. Never mind. I have flash.
I think I have a smoke, actually.
We could try flashing the bees. They might not like that.
If they have sensors, it would probably stun them for a moment. Unless they have flare comp in their eyes. I mean, hypothetically, it would work.
Actually know what these things are? Are they little robots? I'm assuming little robots because nanobot poison.
No idea. You've never seen them before in your entire life.
We've only heard of them referred to as bees, and none of us actually saw it when you got stung by one, so we don't actually know what the makeup is.
If it's implanting with a nanobot poison, it's probably a drone.
Yeah, I would have to imagine that if it has nanobots, that it's probably
the other giveaway would be you're seeing them thermographically.
Oh, it's also fair.
Sir, throw a grenade. Carry one if it makes you feel better. I'll cover your escape. Your mission is what matters. 3 was absolutely right. I'm going to be real mad about it, but 6 and I can cover your escape. And if either of us survives, we'll follow you.
Hey, look, you got to get in there with this. We need every hand we can once we get into that place because we have no idea what we're going to find. You're the only other like actual gun that I know you have a giant grenade launcher, and I appreciate that. I think it's pretty awesome, and I'm a little bit jealous. I have a little bit of gun envy. I'm not going to lie. Okay, yours is bigger than mine. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
But Steven, I'm going to need your gun in there, and we're definitely going to need 6 as well. She's going to have to get in there and help 2 cover us, because if anything gets close, that's you guys, and we only have one other person that can do that, and that's the boss, and we got to get him to the objective. So
why are we wasting time? Throw the grenades. Let's go.
We're waiting for the. Aren't we waiting for the
yes.
Whatever.
So
I'm just saying, if we go now, they're definitely not expecting it. They might know the resistance is coming.
Waiting for the diversion was the initial plan. However, we still have like 3 hours to kill, and we're standing next to a hallway swarming with cyber bees. So I think we should throw the smoke and get into the hospital. And then if we find somewhere that we want to lay low and wait to see if something happens, if they start an attack, if they start getting confused while we're in there, we can use that cover because, again, we're all wearing samurai armor, so we're going to blend in when we're in there anyway. And if not, or if something happens and the attack doesn't go through as it's supposed to, we'll already be inside. We can start looking around and try to see what we can find. So I do agree with 6 on this. I think we pop the smoke, get in there as quick as we can, and hope that we don't need to throw a grenade behind us in order to mask us getting inside the building. Sound good?
Let's do it. Let's
right.
go.
I will leave it up to Red 2 to throw the smoke.
Did he just randomly determine that?
No, because
I am rapidly losing faith in leadership.
Because Red 2 has proven himself with being able to correctly throw grenades earlier in this mission. He threw the flashbang when we first met up with the resistance, and he threw the other one when we jumped the squad and took him out with melee. There is a precedent for me putting him in charge of throwing grenades.
That's fair. Are you throwing both of them? Are you doing one and then the other, like staggering them? What do you want to do?
Well, so if we do just one, is it going to give us enough smoke to be able to cover the hallway for us to get through fully, or are we going to have to burn both?
It's like a 30 by 30 cloud.
So if it's a 25-yard hallway, then we should be able to get through with just one without needing to necessarily wait for the other one. So I think we just aim for one, go through, and if it looks like it's getting dicey, we'll pop the second one behind us as we go and have it cover our trail.
You don't have to roll. Again, you're not under stress. I'm not going to make you do it. You pitch it down the hall. Smoke goes off, starts to disperse.
As soon as it like disperses enough, like 2's just booking it.
Okay. There goes 2.
I'm right behind him.
Okay.
Coming too.
All right, 2. You're going to be the first one to get through the open doorway. Are you just going on through?
Yeah, that was the plan, right? We're just going through.
As we get close to the doorway, I would like to shout out, wait a couple seconds in case there's some type of sensor thing, like with the front gate, in order to allow it time to scan to maybe...
I'll hear him say that over the thing, and I'll hold up for a few seconds. And
okay. All right.
For the inevitable beast thing.
Okay, and then you jump through.
Anything happen?
Nothing. There's no change in front of the doorway. It's an open doorway.
All right. Let's go.
Okay. 2's through. Everybody else just running through after they see him stop briefly and then go. Okay,
as long as he's in, we should be fine. Allegedly. Hypothetical.
All right, everybody gets through the doorway.
Yay.
On the other side, it's like you've entered into you know how you normally would walk into a hospital where there's like sliding glass doors that open? It's like you're at the in-between there, and there's one more set of sliding glass doors.
Are there is there anything in the room that we just entered, like any type of like tarping or anything? Like hospital screens or anything like that. I'm wondering if there's anything we can use to essentially seal the doorway behind us so bees can't come through and follow us once the IR smoke is gone.
Doesn't look like it. The only thing that you've got are these automatic glass doors.
Okay, looking at the doors, is there any type of like maglock or passkey or any type of thing on it, or are they just doors?
Looks like they're just doors.
Okay,
maybe they lock from a security station. Not sure.
I'm gonna approach Red 2 and hand him Red 3's polearm and tell him that he knows what to do.
You mean Red 4's?
Red 4, yep, Red 4's polearm. Tell him he knows what to do.
Okay, I
Did you wave it in front of the doors?
I wave it in front of the, like if I walk in front of the doors, do they open up?
Yes, they do.
Okay. Yeah, like I'm gonna look at the stick and just walk forward and
okay. Yeah, you're inside the hospital.
Okay, we'll follow.
Okay.
Follow Red 2.
Where to? You're in the hospital.
Okay. Are we in like I'm assuming like the front reception area?
No, it'd be like walking into
we entered from
back.
the back. That's right.
It would be like you're entering through the emergency area.
Okay. I think the first thing we should probably do is try to see if we can find any type of workstation and find any information or logs about anybody that might be here or have been here to see if we can find any information about Goro and see if he's listed as having been here. Any type of room number information or flooring to start us out in the right direction.
Feel like with that information, our best bet's going to be heading towards the front of the hospital because the reception desk's probably going to have the computers.
Well, yes, but I'm saying more so like if we find what I mean, if we're in the emergency wing right now, there should also be a reception area as part of the emergency wing that we should be able to still be able to find that info to. So I think we do a quick scan of the surrounding area, see if we find anywhere that looks like somewhere we can get information from, and then check that, see if we can find any prevalent information for us on who we're looking for. Also, quick check. Anybody feeling bad? Anybody feeling like they've been stung by potentially sentient Russian bees?
Feeling bad, yes. Feeling stung, no.
Great. All right. Well, let's spread out and search for clues, gang. And by that, I mean stick together and not split up, because that's a terrible idea here.
Can I percept for security cameras?
Sure can.
Ooh, good call.
Open test, highest number.
While she's doing that, I'm going to switch ammo types again.
Okay.
Back to just regular ammo.
Okay.
I don't want to use that until I thought maybe we were going to have to use it, but like I don't want to use it unless I have to.
That's a very smart path.
10.
Yes, there is a security camera, like up in the corner where it normally would be. Can't tell if it's on or not.
Doesn't matter. We belong here. Just we're here on official arcology business.
Don't be suspicious.
Yeah, everybody act normal.
With that, I'm going to load Four's pistol with Four's AP rounds and then keep my pistol on normal ammunition.
Okay.
Okay.
Where are you going? You're in what would be the intake for the emergency room. There's a hallway that splits off and goes in 3 directions. You have forward, left, and right.
There isn't a convenient like you are here map, right, with like a little star on it, so we know where we are in the
No, it's not like it's not like a mall.
Did we find like a reception terminal or anything?
You can, yeah. It looks like there might be one straight ahead of you if you go straight down the hallway. There's like a small little circular half desk, and then there are some of those open patient rooms that you would see in the ER. They're usually separated by a curtain, surgical curtain. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, that seems like the type of thing that we were looking for to try to see if we could find some patient info. So we'll head straight down the straight path to that one.
A lot of hospitals have colored markers on the floor or walls to tell you like what department you're heading towards. Do I see anything like that? Like
right now,
sort of colored lines or any sort of identifying
on the walls, you would just see red lines.
All red.
All red.
Are there arrows?
Going in towards the direction that you're going.
Okay.
So you can get to the security desk. Doesn't look like there's anybody around. There's 3 of those emergency patient rooms that have their sheets pulled like they're closed, and there's 1 open.
3, you want to check them? I'll go with you.
Go make sure that there's no surprises.
Take 2 with you as well in case things get dicey, because it'll be a close quarters affair. So it's good to have someone with that. Me and 6 will stay here with 1. 1, start looking through, see what patient information you can find on all the tech.
Will do.
But don't jack in to any of the tech,
Not
because
jack
that
in.
is a bad time.
Are you going to analog search, or are you going to data jack search?
I was told not to jack in, so I'm not jacking in.
Okay.
Analog search.
All right. Do you have computer skill at all?
I would hope so, but yes, I do.
I would hope so. Okay, please roll your computer skill. And while you're doing that, the other 3 that are checking the patient rooms, are you all checking one by one, or are you all just going to pull back the 2 curtains at the same time?
Divide and conquer 3.
Sure.
I'll sneak up to mine.
You haven't heard any noises while you're in here, so
What was behind the open one?
nothing. It's just a
Okay,
gurney
okay.
and some surgical equipment.
All right.
You pull the surgical curtains aside, and you're met with also gurneys and surgical equipment.
I'd like to look up. No one ever looks up in horror films.
Sure. There's nothing on the ceiling. It's just a regular ceiling, maybe with some old tiling.
And bees.
Can I flip my eyes on?
Bees. Oh, for thermographic?
I
Oh, what you're looking in?
Yeah, I think he's got low light and flare comp.
So with your low light, nothing that really stands out. One, what'd you get on your test?
Am I rolling for highest?
Yes, highest, please.
Okay. So first was terrible. My first roll. So I use a karma reroll, just so you know.
Okay.
And then my highest is a 10.
Okay. Yeah, you can find the name Goro.
Do I find any information about him? Like his room number?
He's listed as in surgery.
Oh, when was it last updated?
This morning.
Oh, that's useful. Does it say what surgical suite he's in?
He's on the 4th floor.
4th floor, surgery, one of those areas.
Room 411.
All right. I'll look at Lanier. Is that your name? Is it Lanier? Lanier, right? Yeah. What's your name?
Lanier.
Lanier. Lanier? Lanier?
Yeah.
Lanier.
Wee.
Like lanyard, but drop the D. Lanier.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm Armstrong. All right. All right. It looks like our guy is on the 4th floor. Room 411. He's in surgery right now, as of this morning, which is probably bad.
Yeah, that seems like not a great development. Secondary search that might be doable.
Okay.
For where we're here. Actually, sorry, 2 more. I got 2 more things. First one, is there any information about the equipment available in each area in regards to 6? Because you said that if we found some medical equipment, you might be able to help with the issues.
Got it.
You need to find a cyber surgery suite.
Easy's over here like, yes.
Can I search in the database to see if they have a cyber surgery suite?
Yeah, they do.
Okay. Oh, they do. Okay.
It's on the same floor.
What room is that?
What are the chances?
What room is that?
It's room 415.
What are the chances it's covered in bees?
Hi. It's same floor, couple rooms over. They got one.
Okay.
Any more?
One last thing. I need you to do a name search for the last name Nagata. Nagata.
I hit Control F NA.
No results. There's no patient by that name.
I got nothing for you.
Oh, that's both reassuring and not at the same time. Okay. I totally forgot to ask anybody about the resistance about that earlier when we were in there. Okay. I know. It's awful and I hate it here. All right.
That's so great.
Wait, one more thing. More thing. I would like to rifle through the drawers. I'm looking for anything like regular keys that might open a room.
Sure.
ID cards, anything that might be left at the desk. I'm just turning over all the drawers.
You come across an old ID card.
I will pocket it just in case.
When Mr. Lenaru or Lanyard or
that's me.
Linear says the name Nagata. Does that ring a bell for me or 6?
That's your contact's last name, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's Sue.
Yes, it does. That name rings a bell. You had a specialist that was inserted with your team that had the same last name, and she disappeared.
Did she have a nickname she went by?
No, shouldn't. It had that last name. Had that last name on her uniform. She was supposedly supposed to give you upgraded armor that was going to make it harder for sensors to detect you, but you were woefully unprepared for the sensor levels of the drones that you encountered, and that's what destroyed most of your team. But she was taken along with a couple others.
What was her given name? Like Nagata's the family name. Like what was her given name?
Yes, she's friendly enough. She would have introduced herself. You know, her name is Sue.
I walk up to Lanyard. How do you know Sue?
How do you know Sue?
Sue was going to fix our armor. Sue got taken.
Who's Sue?
That's on a need to know basis, Red One. But I appreciate you. What floor did she get taken from? Where were you guys when this happened?
Easy. What floor were you on when we got taken?
You guys were down back on floor 6 with the nightclubs and everything.
Yeah, she and several others got taken on floor 6.
That's not very reassuring. Then, did she give you guys, outside of the being here for the armor, did she give you all anything, any equipment, trackers, anything like that would come back around?
You still have her personal ID tag. You could always activate it to see if it pings her armor that she was wearing. Just know that if you do, you know what happens.
Yeah, I'll give Lanyard the ID tag.
And I turn it on. No, I'm just kidding.
You should have led with that.
You know, it was something that I was wanting to check when we got here to make sure that there wasn't going to be that she wasn't here already. Because this is more of a me thing. The Goro is the mission. So reassuring to know that she made it in and that she wasn't just killed. But we'll come back around to this after we go check the 4th floor, because since we're here, we might as well deal with Goro first.
How is someone being in here reassuring?
Oh, no, it's reassuring that she's not in here is what I'm saying. Because she got taken, but she's not here. So it is reassuring that she's not here, which is good in the grand scheme of things.
So what do you guys want to do from here? You know the floor number.
Got to make our way up to floor 4.
Yeah, are there any elevators going up?
Yes, there are.
Are there any stairs going up towards floor 4? Easy.
Are we doing the surgery suite first on this floor or no?
No,
it's not on this floor.
It's also on the 4th floor.
Oh.
So there is a stairwell that you can access, or you can take the elevator. It's up to you.
I feel like the elevator might actually be a good bet in here.
We're supposed to be acting like we belong here.
True.
Take the elevator.
Worst case scenario, it collapses and we all die.
We'll take the elevator. Easy.
The elevator is a nice, calm ride. It's probably the calmest that you've been the entire time. There's nice little, usually elevator music just playing in the background.
Careless whispers in the background.
Just takes you up. You watch it go from emergency to floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, floor 4. Elevator doors open. Outside of the elevators, there is a bustle of movement.
Yeah, as soon as I see 7 point his gun up, I'm just gonna lower it. We fit in here.
Remember, we're supposed to be here.
You can see a bunch of people walking around in scrubs. You can tell just from the way that their arms flutter. You can see at least one black band on their arms. The other thing that's probably a little off-putting is that everybody that looks in your direction all has fantastical green emerald eyes.
Ah, they're greens. Okay. Question. When we're wearing our helmets, can people see our eyes?
Nope.
Okay, cool. That's what I wanted to verify before we started stealthily along here any further to make sure that that's not a dead giveaway. All right, we'll just walk out of the elevator and just make our way towards 411. We know where we're supposed to go, so we just act like we're supposed to be there.
Yeah, you can get to room 411. The door is closed and it looks like it's locked, and a light is on over the door that says surgery in progress.
So what's the plan? Because I don't think we could just walk in there and take him.
I want to check. Could we look in the room next to what's going on in 412 right now? Is that a clear room? Are there people in there? Is stuff happening?
I mean, you just want to glance through the door, like usually the little windows in the door. Sure. Looks like there's some people in there. Like it's an observation room into 411 that you can see. But there are people. There's at least three people that are in this room.
Okay, what about 410?
You can't see into 410. I mean, there's plenty of people walking around too with their scrubs. They have clipboards. And
could we go into 410 or 412, act like we're supposed to be here, and see if they can give us information about what they're doing to Goro?
Sir, have some latitude on this one. I might be able to make something happen here.
Talk it out before we go into action. What are you thinking?
All right. Back into the helmet comms.
I just assume that we're always in helmet comms unless we say we're speaking out loud at this point.
Just gonna let you know that you guys are a group of
Red Samurai standing in the hallway deliberating right now. Yes, I understand. Yes, we know easy. Thank you.
I'm just pointing it out.
That's why I was trying to look and see if I could find an empty room for us to duck into.
And that's why I'm going to do this quickly. And if you give the okay, I'll just grab one of those nurses and take their scrubs and clipboards so we have an in.
But then that means that we'd have to have our eyes exposed, and they're going to see that we don't have the green eyes to match with the rest of them. That's why the helmet is helping to keep us secure. So I think we use our assumed presence as the samurai. We go into the observation room right now, see what information the doctors in there can give us about what they're actually doing to this guy, and then if we need to, knock them all out, and then we could go bust into 411, guns blazing, grab Goro, and get out of here. Is my hypothetical.
Or, sir, you could just go say that we need to get the patient and use your authority. Sure, there's a desk up here where somebody's keeping them in surgery. Like, you're supposed to be in charge. Act like you're in charge. You own. We're supposed to be getting this patient, right? And you're in charge of this group. So go lie your way in.
Okay, but I think that that's going to be easier to do to lie our way into this room full of doctors in the observation room than it is in the middle of a hallway that's full of a bunch of other doctors that can all see what's going on. So I think if we go into here, this would be better. You guys stay out here and be the guard court as part of our squad that was sent in to come pick up Goro. Red 2, I want you to go into the room with me because I want backup in case things go south.
I literally have an extra gun. You can have it.
Me too.
No, that's why I'm taking Red 2 is because we do the melee. So
also you'll see that I have a pistol holstered.
And I also have a pistol holster.
Are you going, or are you guys going to stand here and
me and Red 2 are going to go into the observation room.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing? Just standing outside, kind of looking at goons?
Guard.
So Kaze and Red 2, you go into the room. There's 3 doctors. They briefly look in your direction and then go back to what they were doing. Like, they don't even care that you walked in. They all have surgical masks, surgical hats. They're wearing their scrubs and everything. You can see into the other room. There are no tables in the room that you can see. There's lots of weird machinery that you've never really seen before in a hospital. And the floors have been redesigned in the opposite room, and that there are now 2 pools, and this machinery is submerged in the pool, in both of them.
So does it look like the like the Westworld gear, like where they
kind of, I guess. That's a good description of it.
Okay.
But yeah, they're lowered in these pools. There's machinery that's going down into it, and there are a bunch of readouts and everything on all of the gear on the other side in this observation room. And there are just 3 individuals.
We've been sent here to see what the status is in regards to the operation on the patient.
Yes, patient is doing fine. Is in optimal levels of treatment. We expect that treatment shall be completed within the next 6.5 hours. Why did you need a report?
Higher ups are getting antsy because you know that this is a high priority personnel. They want to make sure that everything is going well and that there haven't been any issues.
They all stop and what they're doing and they look at each other. And then this room is kind of dark, so they bring the lights up a little bit, so it's a little bit brighter in here. And one of them takes off the surgical cap and removes the surgical mask. What higher ups are you referring to? And standing in front of you is none other than Sue, with bright emerald eyes staring at you. And I think that's where we'll end for the night.
Creators have accessed sensitive area. Further threat response required. Unlock Omega response. Send Team 1 of Crimson Gecko, Bear, the Rogue 404, Absolute Drekstorm, Nicholas, Anthony, Tim, John, Tommy, Computer Sam, and Martin to Stage 1. Team 2 required at Stage 2. Send Michael, Niles, Filthy One Gaming, Manic, Sander, Winter, Pelko, Jim, Austin, the musician, and myself. Creators must not escape.
The Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sound, audio, video, and/or any proprietary materials used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. is granted permission to Critical Hits to use such names, logos, artwork, photographs, sound, audio, video, and/or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Critical Hits in any official capacity whatsoever.